The silence of deep space is a lie. You know this better than anyone. It is not empty. It is full of whispers. The hum of your life support system. The creak of metals settling in the cold. The frantic beat of your own heart. For 3 months, these have been your only companions. You are a prospector on a dead moon, a forgotten rock orbiting a nameless gas giant. Your ship, the Stardust Drifter, is a relic. It is held together by hope and welding skill. Your scanner console flickers. It shows the same gray dust you have seen for weeks. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You scoop another spoonful of nutrient paste. It tastes like despair and recycled water. Then the scanner screams. The sound is sharp, painful. You drop your spoon and the paste splatters. It floats in zero-gravity globules. The console flashes with a single, impossible reading. A dense energy signature just over the next ridge. It is structured. It is powerful. It should not be here. You pull on your suit. The helmet seals with a familiar hiss. Every instinct tells you this is wrong. Dead moons are supposed to be dead. That is their whole job description. But curiosity is a stronger force than fear. It is the fuel that brought humanity to the stars. It is the reason you are stepping out of your ship. The moon's dust is fine as powder. It rises in slow motion with every step. You move toward the ridge. The signal grows stronger on your wrist display. It is not radiation. It is not a magnetic anomaly. It is something else entirely. Something clean. The reading is so pure it feels artificial. Your heart hammers against your ribs. You reach the crest of the ridge. You look down into the crater below, and you forget how to breathe. It is a spire, a single, perfect crystal. It rises from the crater floor. It soars hundreds of meters into the black sky. It is made of a material you cannot identify. It glows with a soft, internal light. The spire is obsidian black, but it drinks the starlight. It shimmers with colors that have no names. Its surface is impossibly smooth. It has 6 sides, a perfect hexagon. No tools made this. No natural process formed it. It is an artifact of impossible beauty. And it is waiting. The energy reading is off the charts, yet your suit's Geiger counter is silent. The air, or lack of it, is still. This energy is not dangerous, or it is dangerous in a way you cannot measure. You take a hesitant step forward. The spire seems to hum, a low vibration that you feel in your boots. You walk down into the crater. The silence here is different. It is a heavy, listening silence. The spire looms over you. You feel like a child before a giant. You reach out a gloved hand. You hesitate just centimeters from its surface. What happens when you touch it? Does the galaxy explode? Do you get a nasty static shock? There is only one way to find out. You press your glove against the crystal. The moment you make contact, light erupts. It is not a blinding flash. It is a wave of soft, blue energy. It flows up your arm, through your suit. It does not burn. It feels like coming home. The hum you felt before is now a song. It sings inside your mind. There are no words. There are no notes you could write down. It is a melody of pure information. It speaks of star science and forgotten ages. It tells a story of a universe that existed long before yours. The spire is awake, and it is speaking only to you. Your ship's computer is going wild. It sends frantic alerts to your helmet display. It cannot classify the energy. It cannot understand the structure. It screams warnings of unknown phenomena. You shut the alerts off. The ship's logic is useless here. This is something older, something deeper. You pull your hand away. The light recedes back into the crystal. The song in your head fades to a whisper. The spire is waiting for you again. It is patient. It has been waiting for a very long time. You try to use your own scanner. You point it at the crystal. The device whines and then goes dark. Utterly fried. So much for a resale value on that. You are the only one who can interact with it. The spire chose you. Or maybe you were just the first one to show up. A lonely prospector with bad luck. Bad luck that just turned into something else. You press your hand to it again. The blue light and the star song return. It feels familiar now. Welcoming. The light is brighter this time. The song is clearer. It is showing you things. Not on a screen. Not as a projection. It places images directly into your thoughts. You see the birth of galaxies. You see planets form from swirling dust. You see life crawl from ancient oceans. It is the history of the universe, a highlight reel. Then the vision changes. The beautiful images of creation vanish. They are replaced by fire and darkness. The song becomes a dirge, a funeral march. The spire is showing you a memory of war. You see silver ships, elegant and beautiful. They sail between planets. They are the work of the architects, the beings who built this spire. They were a race of thinkers and builders. Their minds were as perfect as the crystal before you. They created wonders. Then you see the enemy. They are not a fleet of ships. They are a force of nature, a swarm of jagged black vessels. They move like locusts through the stars. They do not conquer. They consume. They drain suns of their power. They crack planets open like eggs. They are the unending fleet. The vision is overwhelming. You feel the fear of the architects. You feel their disbelief. They could not comprehend such destruction. Their logic could not process an enemy that only wanted to erase everything. They fought back. Their weapons were marvels of star science. They bent light and folded space. But the enemy did not care. For every ship they destroyed, 10 more took its place. The swarm was infinite. The architects were not. You see their beautiful cities of glass and light. You see them burn under the shadow of the swarm. You see a galaxy silenced. One star system at a time. The architects knew they were doomed. They could not win. They could only leave a warning. A message in a bottle. A bottle made of impossible crystal. They built the spire. They poured all their knowledge into it. All their history and all their pain. It was their final act. A desperate echo sent into the future. The vision ends. You collapse to your knees in the gray dust. Your breath comes in ragged gasps. The song in your head is gone. Only the crushing silence of the moon remains. The spire looms above you. It is no longer a thing of beauty. It is a tombstone, a monument to a murdered galaxy. The warning is clear. The unending fleet is real. They destroyed the architects, and they are still out there. The spire does not know when, but it knows they will return. An ancient evil is stirring in the dark, and humanity is sleeping right in its path. The trip back to the core worlds is a blur. You push the stardust drifter to its limits. The old ship groans in protest. The journey takes weeks. Weeks spent alone with the spire's terrible secret. You do not sleep. When you close your eyes, you see burning worlds. You hear the silent screams of the architects. You are just a prospector, a nobody from the outer fringe. Who is going to believe you? You have no proof. Your scanner is fried. The spire is light years away on a forgotten moon. All you have is a story. A crazy story about a magic crystal and a galaxy-eating swarm. You will be laughed out of every office on Earth. but you have to try. The burden of this truth is too heavy to carry alone. You set a course for Earth, the heart of the Terran Alliance. You transmit a Priority 1 distress call. You use codes you are not supposed to know. You claim a discovery of ultimate importance. You pray someone listens. They listen, but they do not believe. You land at a military starbase in Earth orbit. You are immediately taken into custody. You are escorted by armed guards. They put you in a sterile, white room. There is a table and 2 chairs. It feels like an interrogation. Because it is. A man and a woman in crisp uniforms enter. They are Commander Valerius and Dr. Aris. He is the military muscle. She is the scientific mind. They look at you with suspicion. You are a dirty, exhausted prospector. You probably smell like nutrient paste and fear. You do not look like a prophet. You caused quite a stir, mister. Valerius begins. His voice is deep and impatient. Just call me Jax, you say. Your own voice is hoarse. I don't have time for titles, Commander. Neither do you. Dr. Aris raises an eyebrow. She holds a data slate. Your report is fantastic. A crystal spire on a dead moon. A psychic vision of a ghost fleet. She does not say the word crazy, but it hangs in the air between you. You lean forward. You look them both in the eyes. It's true. All of it. I saw it. I felt it. Valerius scoffs. You saw what? A hallucination brought on by isolation? We checked your records, Jax. You've been out in the void a long time. I found an artifact, you insist, from a race that calls themselves the Architects. They were wiped out by an enemy they call the Unending Fleet. The Spire is their warning. Dr. Aris taps her slate. There is no evidence of any such race. The Prothean ruins on Mars are the only alien sign we've ever found. And they were long gone. She says the name Prothean like it's a settled fact. Everyone knows that story. You shake your head. This is older. So much older. Their empire was in a different spiral arm. The swarm is coming. They move from galaxy to galaxy. They consume everything. We are next. Valerius stands up. He paces the small room. We have listening posts across 5 sectors. Our long-range sensors can detect a pebble dropping on Pluto. We would see a fleet of that magnitude coming. You can't, you say. The word comes out with desperate certainty. They hide in the dark between galaxies. They travel in ways you can't track. By the time your sensors see them, it will be too late. Their shadow will be on your worlds. The room is silent for a long moment. Valerius and Aris exchange a look. It is a look of professional dismissal. They have made up their minds. You are a crank, a sad case from the outer fringe. We appreciate you bringing this to our attention, Valerius says. The tone is final. You will be debriefed further. We will provide medical and psychological support. He is offering you a padded room. You are making a mistake, you shout. The frustration boils over. You are all going to die. Don't you understand? The guards step forward. Their hands rest on their sidearms. This is it. You failed. The Spire chose the wrong person. It needed a hero. It got a broke prospector who nobody would listen to. But then Dr. Aris holds up a hand. She looks at her slate again. Then she looks at you. There is a flicker of something in her eyes. Not belief, but professional curiosity. The kind of curiosity that does not like unanswered questions. One moment, Commander, she says. There is one detail in his report. The energy signature he described before his scanner failed. The frequency and the modulation, it's not random. Valerius stops pacing. What are you saying, Aris? I'm saying it matches something, she replies. She taps the slate and a holographic image appears. It shows a complex waveform, a theoretical energy model, something a research team at the Institute was working on. They called it sentient energy, a form of energy that could carry complex information. She looks at you. The project was shut down. It was considered too theoretical, too impossible. But the waveform you described, it is an exact match. The room is silent again, but this time the silence is different. It is filled with a terrifying new possibility, the possibility that you are telling the truth. What if the crazy prospector is right? What if doom is really coming for them all? They did not put you in a padded cell. They put you on a starship. It is the fastest ship in the Alliance fleet, the ASF Dauntless. Commander Valerius is with you. Dr. Aris is with you, and they are taking you back to the dead moon. It is a long shot, a wild goose chase. But that one piece of data, the sentient energy, was enough. Enough to plant a seed of doubt. The journey feels different this time. You are not alone with the fear. You are sharing it. Dr. Aris questions you endlessly. She wants every detail about the Spire, the size, the color, the feel of the energy. You tell her everything. She records it all. Her skepticism is slowly, very slowly, turning into wonder. Commander Valerius remains stoic. He trusts his sensors and his ships. He does not trust ghost stories. But he follows his orders. And his orders are to investigate your claim. He treats you with cold professionalism. He thinks you are wasting his time, but he is a good soldier. He will see it through. When you arrive back at the nameless gas giant, the tension on the bridge is thick. "We are in orbit of the moon," a young officer announces. "Run a full spectrum scan of the surface," Valerius orders. "Look for any unusual energy or geological formations." The crew works with quiet efficiency. Scans sweep across the gray dust. Minutes feel like hours. Dr. Aris stands beside you, watching the main view screen. She is nervous. Her reputation is on the line. "Commander," the sensor officer says. His voice is tight. "I have nothing. The moon is geologically inert. Standard background radiation. No energy signatures, no structures." Valerius turns to you. His eyes are like chips of ice. "No structures, Jax. No Spire. Your story appears to be inaccurate. Your blood runs cold. It cannot be gone. You know what you saw? It's there. It has to be. It's in the large crater on the southern pole." "We scanned that crater twice, sir," the officer reports. "It's empty. Just dust and rock. This is impossible." Did you imagine it all? Was the commander right? Were you just a lonely man, driven mad by the void? Desperation claws at your throat. It's there. But maybe you can't see it. Maybe it only reveals itself. Dr. Aris steps forward. "Commander, let us take a shuttle down. Let Jax show us the exact location. It is the only way to be certain." Valerius considers this. He clearly thinks it is a waste of resources. But he has come this far. He gives a sharp nod. "Very well, Doctor. Get a security team ready." We go down. The shuttle ride is silent and tense. You land in the crater you remember. You step out onto the surface. You are flanked by soldiers in heavy combat armor. They look like giants next to your worn prospector suit. The crater is empty. Just a vast bowl of gray dust. There is no Spire. You feel a crushing sense of defeat. It was a dream, a hallucination. You have dragged these important people across the galaxy, all for nothing. You will be a laughingstock, the crazy prospector and his invisible Spire. Well, Jax, Valerius's voice crackles over the comms. I am waiting. You walk to the center of the crater, the place where it should be. You feel like a fool. You close your eyes, trying to remember the feeling. The hum, the song. There is nothing. Just silence. Then you remember. It did not respond to your ship. It did not respond to your scanners. It only responded to you, to your touch. You kneel down. You place your bare hand on the cold, dusty ground. You ignore the protests from Dr. Aris about contamination. You close your eyes. You reach out with your mind. You call to it. You pour all your belief, all your memory, into that single point of contact. Please be real. Please, for a moment, nothing happens. Then, you feel it. A faint vibration under your palm, a low hum that only you can hear. The ground begins to shake. Not a violent quake. A gentle, resonant tremor. The dust at your feet begins to glow with a soft, blue light. The soldiers raise their rifles. Valerius shouts orders. But everyone is frozen in place. They are staring at the miracle unfolding before them. From the ground, the spire begins to rise. Crystal and light emerge from the dust. It ascends silently. It climbs higher and higher. It reaches its full, impossible height. It solidifies. A pillar of shimmering, star-drinking darkness. It is real. The spire is real. A collective gasp echoes over the comms channel. Dr. Aris is babbling about impossible physics. Valerius is speechless. He just stares. His entire understanding of the universe has just been shattered. It was cloaked. Aris whispers in awe, not just visually. Cloaked from every sensor, it was hiding in plain sight. You stand up. The song is back in your head. Louder than before, it is welcoming you. You turn to the others. You look at their stunned faces. Now do you believe me? They believe you. Back on the Dauntless, the atmosphere is completely different. Fear has replaced skepticism. The bridge crew moves with a new urgency. Dr. Aris is in a state of scientific ecstasy. She is analyzing the data, or the lack of it. The Spire defies every known law of physics. It does not reflect energy. It does not emit radiation. It just is. It's a perfect black body, she explains to the commander. But it's not absorbing heat. It's like it exists slightly out of phase with our reality. She is excited and terrified at the same time. A scientist's dream and nightmare. Commander Valerius is all business now. The threat is real. His mission has changed. It is no longer about verification. It is about understanding the enemy. He orders you to the briefing room. He needs to know what to do. The Spire only responds to you, Jax, he says. His voice is grim. We tried sending our own people. It remains inert. It does not even appear for them. You are the key. You nod. You knew this already. The song in your head is a constant, low hum. It feels like a part of you now. What do you want me to do? Access it again, he says. We need more information. We need to know about this unending fleet. Their weapons, their numbers, their weaknesses. We are flying blind, and you are our only eyes. Dr. Aris adds her own request. Try to access the architect's own memories, their star science, their technology. If we are going to fight this thing, we need their knowledge. The weight of their expectations is immense. The fate of humanity rests on your shoulders. You are no longer just a prospector. You are a bridge, a connection to a power beyond understanding. It is a terrifying responsibility. You return to the Spire. This time, you are not alone. A team of scientists sets up monitoring equipment. They stay at a safe distance. They know this is your private conversation. You walk to the base of the crystal giant. You place both hands on its cool surface. The light and the song rush into you. It is more intense than ever before. It feels like plugging your brain into a star. The Spire knows what you want. It opens itself to you. It gives you access to its deepest memories, the archives of the architects. You are no longer Jax, the prospector. You are 1,000 different architects. You are a scientist drafting the plans for a Dyson sphere. You are an artist composing music with pulsars. You are a pilot folding space between galaxies. Their knowledge floods your mind. It is brilliant. It is beautiful. It is overwhelming. Their minds were incredible. They thought in pure logic. Their society was a marvel of efficiency and reason. They solved disease. They ended war amongst themselves. They built a paradise that spanned 1,000 worlds. They were perfect. And that was their flaw. Their logic was their strength and their undoing. They were utterly predictable. They could not comprehend chaos. They could not understand an enemy that did not want to negotiate, an enemy that did not want to conquer, an enemy that only wanted to erase. You see the war again through their eyes. You see their perfect logical strategies fail. They built defenses against every conceivable attack. But the unending fleet was not conceivable. The swarm did not use tactics. It used brute force on a galactic scale. It was a mathematical certainty, a tide of death that could not be stopped. The memories are painful. The loss is a raw, open wound in your mind. But you push through it. You search for what Valerius and Aris need. You find the records of the unending fleet. The ships are not truly ships. They are biomechanical organisms. They are grown, not built. They have no crews. Each vessel is a single, malevolent consciousness. They communicate telepathically in a swarm intelligence. They feed on the energy of stars and planets. They are the ultimate parasites. You search for a weakness. The architects found none. Their weapons were useless. Their shields were ineffective. The swarm adapted to every strategy. It was like trying to punch the ocean. But then you find something. A final, desperate project. The architects realized their logic was a cage. They saw their own predictability as their doom. They started to research a new kind of weapon. One based not on logic, but on its opposite. They were trying to weaponize chaos. They were building an engine that could manipulate probability. A device that could make the impossible possible. But they ran out of time. The project was never finished. The research is incomplete. But it is here, buried deep inside the Spire's memory. The Spire itself, it's not just a library. It is the control system for that engine. The architects could not use it. Their minds were too orderly. They needed a consciousness that was messy, illogical, prone to emotion and irrational leaps of faith. They needed a mind capable of true chaos. They needed a human mind. You pull your hands away from the Spire. The connection breaks. You stumble back, your head pounding. The knowledge of 1 billion souls is churning in your brain. You know how to build their ships. You know how their star drives work. And you know how they died. Dr. Aris and her team rush to your side. They run medical scans. Your brain activity is off the charts. Your body is flooded with strange energy. You are changing. The Spire is rewriting you. What did you find? Valerius's voice demands over the comm. You look up at the black crystal. You look at the stars. You feel the immense, cold dread of the coming swarm. But you also feel something else, a spark of insane, illogical hope. I found their memories, you say. Your voice is stronger now, more confident. They were brilliant. They were powerful. and they were utterly predictable. You pause, letting the weight of your next words sink in. But they left us their notes. And I think I know why the Spire chose me. It needs a mind that doesn't follow the rules. You manage a weak smile. It needs a little bit of human chaos. The universe had just handed humanity the keys to the kingdom. It was time to see if you could learn how to drive. Suddenly, a red alert flashes across the bridge of the Dauntless. An alarm blares through the ship. "Commander!" An officer shouts. "Multiple contacts emerging from hyperspace. They're not ours." On the main screen, 5 ships appear. They are jagged and black. They look like shards of obsidian. They are exactly like the ships from your vision. They are scout vessels, the vanguard of the unending fleet. "They found us," you whisper. The Spire was a beacon, and by activating it, you have just rung the dinner bell for the devourers of galaxies. Valerius does not panic. He is a soldier. His voice is cold and clear. "Battle stations. Raise shields. Target the lead vessel." The Dauntless is a warship. It is the pride of the Alliance fleet. But it is 1 ship against 5. The odds are not good. The scout ships move with an eerie, coordinated grace. They spread out, forming a crescent. Dr. Eris looks at you. Her face is pale. "Jax, the architect memories. Their weapons. Is there anything we can use?" You close your eyes. You force your way through the sea of alien knowledge. The architect's weapons were based on focused energy beams. They were precise and powerful. But the swarm ships had shields that adapted. "Their weapons won't work," you say. "The swarm shields will just absorb the energy." "Then what do we do?" Valerius demands. You search the memories again. Not for weapons. For something else. You remember the architect's ship designs. Their power conduits. Their energy systems. Their systems were perfect. Too perfect. A single, well-placed shot could overload them. But the swarm ships were different. They were organic, redundant. Wait, redundant, but not chaotic. They were still part of a single intelligence. You see a flicker of an idea. Something the logical architects would never have considered. It is a stupid, reckless plan. It might not work. It will probably get you all killed. It is perfectly human. "Commander," you say, your voice urgent. "Don't fire on them. Not all at once. I need you to sync your weapon systems. Target all 5 ships simultaneously. But don't use a full power blast. Use a single, low-energy pulse. A very specific frequency. You give him the frequency. It is not a weapon frequency. It is a communication frequency the architects used for their deep space networks." Valerius looks at you like you are insane. A low-energy pulse? That's a love tap. It won't even scratch their paint. "It's not meant to scratch them," you explain. "Their ships are one mind. They share information instantly. We hit them all at the exact same time with a nonsense signal. It won't destroy them. It will confuse them. It's like shouting 5 different things into someone's ear at once." Dr. Eris's eyes widen. A feedback loop. A cognitive denial of service attack. You're trying to crash the swarm's mind. It's a long shot, you admit. Valerius stares at the screen. The enemy ships are closing in. His tactical display shows a dozen logical firing solutions, all of them leading to a high probability of defeat. Your plan is illogical. It is absurd. And it is the only new idea he has heard. "Do it," he commands. "Sync all forward phasers to the frequency Jax provided. Target all 5 vessels. On my mark." The bridge crew works frantically. The ship hums as the weapon capacitors charge, then discharge to a bare minimum. The tension is unbearable. "Fire," Valerius says. A single faint pulse of blue light leaves the Dauntless. It is almost invisible. It branches out, striking all 5 enemy ships at the same instant. For a second, nothing happens. The black ships continue their advance. You hold your breath. It failed. Then, the lead ship shudders. It breaks formation. It begins to spin aimlessly. Another ship fires its weapons at one of its own. The other 3 simply stop, dead in the void. They are adrift. Confused. Their perfect coordination is shattered. The bridge of the Dauntless erupts in cheers. They did it. First blood against the void. You gave them a fighting chance. Valerius looks at you. The ice in his eyes has melted. It has been replaced by something else. Respect. Get us out of here, he orders. Take us back to Earth. Now he turns to you. It seems we have a new weapon, Jax. Human chaos. The victory is short-lived. The 5 scout ships were just that, scouts. When they were disabled, they must have sent a distress call. Because now you know the truth. The real fleet is on its way. The Spire shows you. It screams the warning into your mind even when you are light years away. You feel the connection growing stronger, and it is starting to hurt. Every time you access the Spire's knowledge, a part of you is lost. The memories of Jax, the prospector, are fading. They are being replaced by the cold logic of the architects. You remember star science better than you remember your own childhood. You can design a planetary engine, but you are starting to forget the taste of real food. Dr. Aris monitors your condition. She is deeply concerned. Your neural patterns are changing, Jax. The energy from the Spire is integrating with you. It's rewriting your DNA on a quantum level. You are becoming something more than human, or maybe something less. You feel it. A coldness is creeping into your heart. Emotions feel inefficient, distant. You look at the worried faces of the crew. You understand their fear on an analytical level. But you do not feel it with them. You are becoming an observer, detached. The cost of connection is your own humanity. To save them, you have to let go of what makes you one of them. It is a terrible price. But you are willing to pay it. You are the only one who can. You have a new mission. The unending fleet is coming. Earth alone cannot stand against it. You need allies. But who would listen? The other known spacefaring races are isolationists. They are minor powers, happy in their own little corners of the galaxy. They would never believe a threat of this scale. But the architects were not the only race the swarm consumed. The Spire holds memories of a dozen other civilizations, races that fought and died in other galaxies long ago. Perhaps some of their descendants survived. Perhaps they fled into the dark, hiding from the swarm. You propose a new, insane idea to the Alliance Command. You want to use the Spire not as a weapon, but as a broadcast antenna. You will send a message, not with radio waves, but with the sentient energy it controls. A psychic call that can cross the void between galaxies. You will send them the truth, the memory of the unending fleet, and you will offer them the architect's knowledge, a chance to fight back, a call for all the lost children of the universe to unite, a rebellion against the darkness. It is a desperate gamble. The broadcast could attract the swarm even faster. It could reveal Earth's location to other unknown threats. The Alliance Council debates for days, but in the end, they have no other choice. They are out of options. They approve your plan. You stand before the Spire one last time. You know that what you are about to do will change you forever. To send a message of this power, You will have to open yourself completely to the Spire. You will have to merge with its consciousness. This is the last step. There is no coming back from it. You place your hands on the crystal. The song rushes in. This time, you do not fight it. You welcome it. You let it wash away the last remnants of Jax, the man. The pain is immense, but brief. Then there is only light, and knowledge, and a terrible, cold purpose. You reach out with your new mind. Across the stars, across the galaxies, you send the call. You show them the face of their ancient enemy. You offer them the weapons of the architects. You give them a spark of hope. And you wait. Then, something happens that no one expected. As your call echoes through the void, a shadow falls over Earth's sun. An answer has come. But it is not the allies you were hoping for. A fleet of impossible size drops out of hyperspace. Thousands of jagged black ships. They eclipse the sun. They blot out the stars. They are a tide of death, vast and silent. The unending fleet is here. Your call did not just reach your potential allies. It reached the enemy. And you have led them straight to your home. All hope seems to be lost.